Let me drop a little history on you. Juneteenth is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery. In the Civil War, one main tactic to defeat the Confederacy was to free their slaves because enslaved labor was vital to the Confederate war effort. Lincoln may have hated slavery and considered it immoral, but he insisted that the war was not about freeing enslaved people in the South. It was only about preserving the Union. In August 1862, he wrote in an editorial published in the Daily National Intelligencer, and I read, "My paramount object in this struggle is to save the Union. It is not either to save or to destroy slavery." He wrote, "If I could save the Union without freeing any slave, I would do it. And if I could save it by freeing all the slaves, I would do it. And if I could save it by freeing some and leaving others alone, I would also do that. What I do about slavery and the colored race, I do because I believe it helps to save this Union." Again, the war wasn't about freeing slaves, but about preserving the Union. However, abolitionists knew freeing slaves would help defeat the Confederacy and aid the Union in winning the war. Therefore, on September 22, 1862, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Preliminary Emancipation Proclamation, which declared that as of January 1, 1863, all enslaved people in the United States currently engaged in rebellion against the Union shall be thenceforward and forever free. The proclamation did nothing for the slaves in the South as they were still enslaved, but it prevented nations like Britain and France from joining forces with the Confederacy. Lincoln knew that the proclamation held no constitutional basis, so in January of 1865, both houses of Congress had passed the 13th Amendment that abolished slavery. It wasn't until June 19, 1865, 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, that the Union soldiers landed at Galveston, Texas with news that the war had ended and that the enslaved were now free. The 13th Amendment was ratified in December of 1865.